All right, Shalom. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. You know, a lot of things going on out there in the world. Everything leading to this system being put into place. So I do have here a video queued up that I'm gonna go ahead and play. And you can see that Esau Edom, who is the so-called white man, who is actually the devil, according to the Bible. And I'll say this, okay, they are known as the Edomites in the Bible. That's who they truly are, man. All right, and their blessing was to have dominion over the earth. All right, and you could go into several different scriptures, but this is a popular one here, of course. Job 9:24, which says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right, the earth was given into the hand of a murderer, of a psychopath. All right. You know, you go to Genesis. What did this guy want to do? Genesis 37:26. And Judah said unto his brethren, oh no, it is in Genesis. This one, my bad. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob. See that? Esau hated Jacob. You know, there's another scripture that talks about how Esau had a perpetual hatred for Jacob. All right. You know, this is real, man. The Bible is the truth. This is what's going on. Yahweh is the name of the Most High. Yahweh Shai is his son. When it talks about seeking the Lord, man, it's talking about, you know, seeking his acceptance, man, seeking his love, you know. And you do that by drawing near unto him. You know, you seek him. All right, you learn what he's about. You learn the truth and what he wants from you. All right, what he wants from you is to have this wisdom to understand who is Esau, right? Because who are you? All right, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and really all of those that are of the seed of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are Israelites scattered. You know, you scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and the Lord is going to wake up Israel through this word. You know, the Lord is going to call many, you know, even many that look like other nations but are actually Jacob. Well, Esau hates Jacob, so it's pretty important for you to understand who Esau is, given that he's ruling the earth. He's ruling the fucking earth right now. And he hates you. And he wants to kill you. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." Okay, the word devil, right, which Esau Edom is the devil according to the Bible. The word devil means slanderer, right? And Esau is basically just building up a whole, you know, reason to put you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to death, which is ultimately is what he wants to do. He's pretty much gonna say that you're a blight on society and that you need to be exterminated, man. And that's what Esau always wanted to do, right? And he's gonna come after us for sure. You know, that's what all this. I got this video queued up over here going into basically hate speech and how Esau is using this whole white supremacist nonsense, you know, in order to put these different hate speech laws into place, right? So that they can frame you up for a word, man. For a word. And what is that word that he really ultimately wants to come after is the truth, you know? So let me go quick. Let me look for this um, scripture that goes into it. Uh, uh, let's see. How many? 7,760 instances. That's crazy. Let's do the advanced search here. Um, this this search system on this thing is terrible. Let's see. Maketh a man and vendor for a word. Yeah, there we go. Isaiah 29, see 21. Let me start up a little bit. We'll go into 17. It said, is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest, and in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. All right? And at one point in time, we were all in a state of blindness. You know, you could read the Bible and you had no idea what it was actually talking about. So it talks about the deaf hearing the words of the book. That's are waking up, you know, to the truth of the matter, basically. And you know, being able to see things as they are. Right. So let's continue. It says, in that day, or the meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, the meek is talking about those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that's meekness. You humble yourself before the Lord, you know, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, doing the work, going out on the highways and hedges. This is being meek because you're humbling yourself to the Lord, man. You know, you're not seeking your own things. All right, you're seeking the things that's pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Which that's what it means to seek the Lord, right? So that you could have that relationship, you know, so that hopefully the Lord will have mercy in that day, you know, of death and destruction, all right, which is coming, you know, very soon. You know, that's why, you know, we got to put these warnings out, because these are the final warnings, basically. You know, Esau's getting ready to set up his financial system. He's getting all these different laws in place, which this is what I'm pretty much going into with this video, is going into how, you know, Esau wants to set up these laws, and we'll tie it together pretty soon, right? Verse 20, for the terrible one is brought to naught, right? This is what we're waiting for, is for the terrible one, right? Esau, Edom to be brought to naught. And the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Right? Because that's what Esau is doing. He comes up with all this nonsense, all these laws and all these rules and regulations, and then he's watching for any little thing to try and to get his way, basically. And he wants to imprison us. He wants to put us in prison. He wants to kill us for telling the truth, for saying that he's an Edomite, for saying that the Lord is going to judge him for all the wickedness he's doing on the earth and that he's done on the earth. Because this thing isn't going to go away. The truth is not going to go away. It's only going to get more and more loud. The Lord said, that which you learn in darkness, shout it on the rooftops. And this is, dark sayings. Who Esau Edom is. It's a dark saying, man. And what do I mean by dark saying, and what it means in the scriptures by dark saying is that it's something that's hidden that not everybody finds, So verse 21. So having the truth is actually a very precious thing, because not very many people actually understand it. There's a lot of people that might know that they're Israelites, but there's not many out there that actually believe it and actually truly understand it, it's a blessing to have that, And I was meditating on things, and I'm just like, man, if we want to be saved, it's important to really, do these things that will get you saved, like putting out these warnings and everything. So this is what this is. This is a warning, Verse 21, it says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. That's what he's doing right now. He's laying these snares, and it's not to combat white supremacy. It's not. He's using that as a front to set up all these laws. He's out here passionately talking about how, he wants to defend the minorities. He wants to defend the rights of the so-called blacks and other races, and Esau comes out as this white knight that just wants everybody's well-being, but secretly there's a knife behind his fucking back, because what he's doing is he's framing he's saying one thing, and he's framing this trap so that he can do another. And it's really so that you can't speak out against him or his system. And we'll tie it all together. Don't worry, you'll see. This man is the devil. Okay, this is what he's good at doing. He's good at playing the victim. He's good at playing the hero. Right? Because this guy's he's mentally ill, man. He's a psycho, right? He's a narcissistic fucking lunatic, right? Says that making a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Because at the end of the day, the most hateful speech to Esau is the Bible, the true understanding of the Bible. So what he's really doing is laying a snare for us, so that he can make us an offender for a word, just for preaching the truth. He can make us an actual criminal, or criminalize us, demonize us. All right, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Right, for a thing of naught, like, because it's a slander. Oh, it's hate speech. When really we're just telling you the truth. And these things that we're saying may offend you. Okay, it may not sit well with you, but they're actually going to happen. And we're just witnesses to that, really. That's really what we are. We're witnesses at the end of the day. So here's another scripture for you real quick. So that was a good one. I had two of them. One of them I know that I'm gonna get, and the other one I've kind of lost it. That was another good one. Kind of slipped my mind. Excuse me. Dang, what was it? Uh, it goes into this. I'm pretty sure. Makes a man an offender for a word. Oh well, there is another scripture that I have in mind that we'll get, but for now, let's check out this video right here.
Extremism is extremism. Here's a clown sitting in his bedroom who's indoctrinated by this bull and thinks the best way to solve the problem is to put a bullet in my head. Well, remove.
Right now on Fox 35 News at 5, Sheriff Mike Chitwood not mincing words when it comes to this man. That guy accused of threatening to shoot the sheriff in the head over his aggressive stance on hate speech. Detectives say he targeted the...
Now, I've seen the actual post. He posted this on a website called 4chan, which is like a forum for people to, post their thoughts or whatever. And I'm not going to go really deep into like Esau's whole, I'm going to continue to make more videos and we'll kind of tie it all together. But, well, it all ties, the truth just ties together, period. You watch enough videos and you can piece it together for yourself. But this devil basically wants to be the thought police, He wants a system, a world in which he controls everything down to what you can and can't think about. He wants to actually patrol your thought process, and yeah, it's that deep. That is really what Esau's end goal is to have complete control over everything and everyone. Right? That's the devil that we're dealing with here.
The sheriff after he took on anti-Semitic protesters.
Okay. Well, real quick. So I seen the post. Now, what the post was is that he said someone should just shoot this guy. Someone should do this, should do that. He didn't directly say, I'm gonna go do this. He said someone should do this, that, and the third, basically, in this person's life. And then at the end of it, it says in Minecraft, which is a video game. So kind of putting like a little joke on it, right? But this guy actually got arrested and they want to give him prison time for this, for posting his thoughts on 4chan, right? And you could say, oh, well, it's whatever, dude. Do you know how many times, like how many of these mass shootings have happened and every time after the mass shooting, when they go into like the personality of the person that did the shooting, they're like, there's all these red flags. We don't know how, they don't know how they didn't catch it sooner. He's posting all this crazy shit on social media, and the next thing you know, he shoots somebody up and everybody's fucking dumbfounded. But somebody says something on 4chan about this sheriff, and they find him like immediately. Like, why is that? He threatens an official, a government official, and then all of a sudden now they can take all this fucking action, right? And he didn't even really directly threaten the guy. He said somebody should do this. Someone should just, shoot this guy or whatever. And honestly, people say shit like that all the fucking time. You know? Someone should just shoot that, Some people say shit like that all the time. Imagine living in a world where you think the wrong thing and your house is getting fucking raided and you're getting cuffed and thrown into jail.
Who showed up at the Daytona 500. Thanks for joining us today. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Deborah Cho. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay joins us from Volusia County tonight. Chris, the sheriff says this isn't going to stop him.
Absolutely not. I'm here at the training center in Daytona Beach where Chitwood did deliver his press conference. Behind me, you may see some recruits going through their process. Now, one thing is for certain, after hearing what he had to say today, Sheriff Chitwood will not back down in his war against hate speech.
Esau's always at war with something, isn't he? He's always at war with something. War on terror, war on drugs, war on hate speech, war on fucking this, He's always at war with something, isn't he?
They can't look at themselves in the mirror, and they don't want to look at anybody else. So they got to take it out.
Sheriff Chitwood is talking about 38-year-old Richard Golden, seen in this body cam video when he was arrested yesterday at his mother's home in New Jersey. Investigators say he threatened to shoot Sheriff Chitwood in the head in an anonymous online post with members and followers of an anti-Semitic group called Goyim Defense League, or GDL.
I was furious, but I can identify.
Right, he's furious because he's a so-called Jew. Goyim Defense League. All this shit is nonsense. At the end of the day, all of this is fucking baloney, and the real reason for it all is because of the scriptures. And I'm gonna show you exactly what the end game is here. And this is the system that's being put in place right now. Revelation 13 and 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. This is what's happening right now. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you're not, because look, he's talking about this hate speech right now, people of color, different races, this, that, and the third should not have to feel scared. And this is what Esau is using in order to put these different laws in place. But at the end of the day, who defines what hate speech is? It's the fucking devil that's in power. He's going to be the one to define what hate speech is. He's going to be the one to define what's okay to say and what's not okay to say. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many who was not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you have a problem with what they're doing, they could easily just say, well, that's hate speech. You're supporting hate. You're supporting hateful things. You're supporting, basically, if you don't support this system, then you are the enemy of it. And that's the system they're putting in place right now. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. This is the end goal here. Complete control, man. And we're heading towards the final steps to a completely cashless society, so that this devil can actually he can kill you, right? He can completely turn you he can completely lock you out of his society, right? If you don't want to get with the program.
With the folks that were in the room of the Jewish faith who get the same death threats, and we might not be able to track them down.
Investigators believe the violent threats were in response to Chitwood's stance against anti-Semitic protests at this year's Daytona 500, including Jewish slurs projected on the side of the speedway. The sheriff read part of the comments he saw online.
But shooting Chitwood in the head solves the immediate problem permanently. Just shoot Chitwood in the head, murder him.
According to the sheriff, Golden denied being a part of GDL. New Jersey detectives and FBI agents say he regularly interacted with the group.
They discovered that he's anti-government, he's anti-law enforcement, and like every other active shooter that we come across, is a marginalized member of society who...
Look at that. That's important, man. Anti-government. He's anti-government.
Who spends hours and hours and hours in these extremist chat rooms.
He says incidents like these can lead to tragedies.
Whether it's a school, whether it's a synagogue, whether it's a mosque.
Yeah, but how come they were never able to prevent any of these fucking tragedies from happening? But somebody insults this so-called Jew right here. And all of a sudden, immediately, somebody gets taken down. And did you see that guy? That fucking dude wasn't gonna do shit to anybody.
Extremism is extremism is extremism.
And the sheriff is looking forward to getting Golden back to Florida, which is why it's important for citizens and law enforcement to take a stand against them before it's too late.
Airfare and boarding complement.
At the end of the day, it's all just to set up legislation in order to further oppress you. It's going to be used against you. And all the people that are for it, I have this to say to you. What happens? You know, you're all for this shit being put into place now. But what happens when it's all in place and they do something that you disagree with? Now what? So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles, and those a great millstone, and shalom to hopefully elect.